Something has just been found that shouldn't exist. The James Webb Space Telescope has detected light, ancient light, coming from an object so old, so impossibly far back in time, that it seems to predate the Big Bang itself. Think about that. The universe's ultimate beginning, the event that supposedly created space, time, and everything we know. And yet here, buried in the deep infrared glow of the cosmos, is something that came before it. Astronomers are stunned, because if this signal is real, if what Webb saw truly exists, then the most sacred story in cosmology might need to be rewritten from scratch. When the first data from the James Webb Telescope began streaming back to Earth, scientists expected to see the faint afterglow of galaxies forming a few 100 million years after the Big Bang. Instead, they found something that made no sense at all. Fully formed galaxies, massive, structured, and ancient, shining bright at a time when, according to our models, stars shouldn't even exist yet. One galaxy in particular, labeled JD's GS Z13-0, appeared to be over 13.4 billion years old. But Webb's instruments, capable of peering deeper than any telescope before it, have now revealed a new object that makes even that discovery look ordinary. Its light signature doesn't fit any pattern we've seen. The photons are too redshifted, too stretched by cosmic expansion, suggesting a distance and an age that's physically impossible under our current understanding. The deeper scientists dig into the data, the more disturbing it becomes. Because if this object truly lies beyond what we call the cosmic dawn, then it's older than the universe itself. But how can anything be older than everything? That question is now haunting cosmologists across the world. It challenges not only the Big Bang model, but the very idea of time as we know it. According to NASA's analysis, Webb's NIR-SPEC instrument detected spectral lines, chemical fingerprints, that shouldn't exist in a universe still forming its first atoms. It's as if the telescope accidentally looked into another reality entirely, a universe parallel to our own, whose light has somehow bled into ours. And yet, this isn't the first time something like this has happened. Decades ago, astronomers studying the cosmic microwave background, the afterglow of the Big Bang, noticed strange cold spots, regions of the universe that seem to hold less energy than they should. Some theories suggested these could be scars left over from collisions between universes, echoes of other Big Bangs brushing against our own. At the time, that idea was seen as fringe. But now, with Webb's impossible light detection, that fringe is creeping toward the mainstream. Could we be seeing the remains of a universe older than ours? Or are we glimpsing the very fabric of a multiverse, layered like pages in a cosmic book, where one universe's end becomes another's beginning? But not all scientists are convinced. Some argue that Webb's older than the Big Bang signature might be a calibration error, or a misunderstanding of how dust and gravity bend light in the early cosmos. They warn that what looks like an ancient galaxy could actually be a trick of gravitational lensing, where massive clusters of invisible dark matter magnify and distort light from distant sources, making them appear older and brighter than they really are. Yet even if that's true, it doesn't explain everything. Webb has detected multiple objects with similar anomalies, spread across different regions of the sky. Too many to be coincidence, too precise to be error. And here's where the mystery deepens. Some theoretical physicists now believe what Webb might have found isn't a galaxy at all, but a cosmic fossil, a remnant of a universe that collapsed before ours began. This idea, known as the conformal cyclic cosmology, proposed by Sir Roger Penrose, suggests that universes are born and die in endless succession. When one universe grows old, expands, and thins out into radiation, it becomes the seed of the next. In this model, the Big Bang isn't a beginning. It's a handoff, the moment one cosmos ends and another takes its place. If Webb really did capture light older than our Big Bang, then it could be seeing the final heartbeat of a previous universe, encoded in radiation that has somehow survived the transition. The implications are staggering. It would mean time doesn't have a true beginning or end. It simply loops, forever. And we might be living in just one chapter of an infinite cosmic cycle, where every Big Bang is both creation and rebirth. Imagine that, all of history, every star, every civilization, every life, playing out again and again, rewritten across aeons, each universe slightly different from the last. But then comes the darker thought. If this cycle is real, then perhaps the universe that came before us wasn't so different. Maybe it too built telescopes. Maybe it too searched for its own origins and found traces of the universe before it. But that's not what shocked astronomers the most. When they analyzed the spectrum of this mysterious light source, they found something bizarre, patterns of heavy elements like iron and nickel. These are materials forged in the hearts of supernovae, the deaths of massive stars. But if this light truly comes from before the Big Bang, then where did those stars come from? There shouldn't have been any. No stars, no galaxies, no elements heavier than hydrogen or helium. It's like finding the ashes of a fire before the match was ever struck. So, if the data isn't lying, what could possibly explain it? One possibility is that the Big Bang wasn't the start of everything, but rather the moment our region of the universe reheated after an earlier collapse. In other words, there could have been a big bounce, where a previous universe imploded under its own gravity, compressed into a singularity, and then exploded outward again. That explosion, the one we call our Big Bang, wouldn't be the first. It would just be the latest. And that would mean this light, this strange and ancient glow, is a leftover ember from before the bounce. Proof that the cosmos has died and been reborn. But there's another, even stranger idea. Some researchers think what Webb found might be a temporal mirage, light looping back from our own distant future. In certain cosmological models involving quantum gravity and time symmetry, the equations allow for light to travel not just through space, but backwards through time under specific conditions. If that's true, then this ancient light might not be from before the Big Bang. It could be from after the universe ends. The last dying breath of everything reflected into its own beginning. A cosmic Ouroboros, a serpent eating its tail. If that sounds like science fiction, remember that so did black holes once. So did the idea that the universe was expanding. Every major breakthrough in cosmology started as something absurd, something that broke the rules. The James Webb Telescope was built to break rules, to look so far, so deep, and so clearly into the past that we might finally see the edge of time itself. But instead, it may have shown us something far stranger, that there is no edge, only layers, only echoes. And that raises a haunting question. If light can outlive the universe, can information? Can consciousness? Some quantum physicists believe information is never truly destroyed. It changes form, encoded forever in the structure of reality. If that's true, then perhaps every thought, every memory, every moment that ever existed still lingers somewhere in the cosmic background, waiting to be found. Maybe what Webb has seen isn't just light from another universe, but memory, the universe remembering itself. By now, research teams at Harvard, MIT, and the European Space Agency are racing to confirm Webb's detection. Peer-reviewed papers are pouring in, debating whether this could be a hidden flaw in cosmological models, or the first glimpse of a deeper truth. Some call it the pre-bang signal. Others, more poetically, have started calling it the echo. And if it's real, then the echo could change everything we know about physics, cosmology, even philosophy. Because it would mean that the laws of nature don't just describe what is, they might describe what was and what will be, all at once. And somewhere, light years away, that signal is still traveling. Its photons older than our universe, carrying a message we're only beginning to decode. Maybe it's proof that creation never really ended. Maybe it's a warning. Or maybe it's simply a whisper from before time saying, I was here first. If you love uncovering the mysteries of space, subscribe, because the universe is far stranger than we've ever imagined. And what Webb found might just be the first crack in reality's armor. The question isn't how something could exist before the Big Bang. The question is whether the Big Bang was ever the beginning at all. Because if this light is what it seems, then everything, the galaxies, the stars, even you, might be part of a story that has already happened countless times before. And maybe, just maybe, it will happen again.